Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is EdAWACSdenyY, and welcome to Vainglory Replay Episode 6, featuring me playing Crystal Power Baron. I have with me today Graz Assistant playing Glaive in the jungle, and Ashley playing as Flicker, serving as our support. As usual, I'm starting out with the standard weapon blade on Baron to help with farm. Facing me in the lane today will be the Samuel, and it looks like the Kestrel and the Flicker will be going in the jungle on the enemy side. Nothing really special here. Oh, darn. Oh, I got that. Just farming up, as Baron's early game is quite weak. Yep, nothing really special happening just yet. Things will get a lot more interesting once we get into the mid to late game, ladies and gentlemen. So, be patient. Fun's about to start. I kind of paused there because I was recording video earlier, but then it was lagging my game real hard, so I had to turn it off. Ashley coming in here and going with the gank with the fairy dust, slowing down Samuel. I jump in, pounding with mortars, and Ashley whacks Samuel with her lantern, and we secure our first kill. Now, of course, Graz and Ashley are going to jungle. Graz knocking away over Ashley. Nope, probably not a good idea, as that Kestrel auto attack is to death. Here I am trying to help Glaive in the jungle with the fight. However, he gets the kill. Oh no, he gets taken out. Oh no, both my team are dead. I must revenge. Come on, Kestrel. Oh, damn it, I missed that. Bang. Take that. Take that. Take that. Oh, we both killed each other. Very honorable, I guess. Anyways, at least we managed to kill the Kestrel, and I didn't get, and even though I died, I took her down with me, so the enemy jungle doesn't really get an advantage. Samuel, of course, didn't go up to the lane, and he is behind by 1 CS compared to me. And now I slowly trundle back up to the lane. Damn, you think with all this heavy armor that at least Baron will be a lot more tough. But Ashley once again catches out the Samuel with the fairy dust. I jump in, launch 2 auto attacks, and once again Ashley secures the kill. Good work, Ashley. Right now, I'm just here farming up. Ashley, however, going in on the Kestrel. Oh, careful there, Ashley! No! Oh, and Kestrel takes out our Flicker. Sorry there, not much I could have done. Oh, very nice. Graz there, picking up the kill on the weakened Kestrel. And I'm just pushing the lane. Nothing really special here. Samuel goes in with this drifting dark, but we come out of it unscathed. Right now, I told Ashley I'm going down to shop, as I do want to pick up that heavy prism and start working to that shatter glass as quickly as possible. Since, as those of you know, once Baron reaches 200 crystal power, the range of his mortars as well as his jump jet's ability greatly increases in range. And we return back to the lane. Yeah, like again, I apologize. This is a very slow replay. But you can't really blame me for playing too cautiously, as Crystal Power Baron, keeping distance is absolutely vital. As once your enemies manage to close the distance on you, you are extremely vulnerable. And you're not exactly the best kind of duelist in a one-on-one fight. Looks like the enemy Flicker's going in, and bang! Bang! That damage, instantly cutting that Samuel's health to half. I take another punt at that Kestrel, but unfortunately she backs up just in time. Notice how I'm always positioning myself as much as possible behind my minions. This is to ensure that Samuel won't be able to reliably land his malice and verdict on me, as he does right now. All of our team are pretty low on health, so we're kind of backing off. Graz tried to jump in there earlier, but he decided to back off, which was a wise decision. That Kestrel is definitely a real threat, as with the Samuel when she reaches level 6 and gets that sleep. And the Flicker is always a threat with that devastating slow on his fairy dust. Able to just hold you in place while his teammates go ham on you. And now we go back down. Ashley picks up the Fountain of Renewal. Oh, look, isn't that adorable? 2 Flickers just posing there. Oh, this is so adorable. I pick up the Eclipse Prism and an Oak Heart. I'm probably going to build that to a Reflex block. And I return up to the lane. I pinged the bush there, so Ashley would flare it, as I don't want to get caught out. And we return once again to this lane. Samuel activates his Drifting Dark, but Ashley manages to walk out of it without being detected. Ashley going in once again as Glaive jumps in with the Afterburn, but we're forced to disengage. I'm just here punting away, trying to discourage that Samuel. Samuel once again activating his Drifting Dark. I missed one, but I will hit him with one. Unfortunately, the enemy Flicker goes in, and oh no! Ashley gets sniped by the enemy Kestrel's 1 shot, 1 kill. Taking it once again for our team. So far, that does not look like a very good start for us. We are, however, I am now level 6, which means I do have my Ion Cannon ultimate, which not only passively increases my auto attack damage, but now gives me access to my devastating AoE ability. Well, the Ion Cannon, obviously. But now we go down once again for shop as we have pushed out the lane. Samuel here trying to clear the lane as fast as he can. He's probably going to regret using that Drifting Dark too soon though, as it does have a long cooldown early. Here I have secured the Shatter Glass. Kestrel goes in, I fire 2 mortars. Oh my god, the damage! Glaive tries to go in, but unfortunately the Fountain goes out on the enemy team. But boom! That Ion Cannon damage, instantly shredding through that health. And it looks like the enemy Flicker is about to get caught out. Graz goes in with the Afterburn, and a Porcupine Mortar from me, and another auto attack seals enemy Flicker. Kestrel here now the sole remaining person left defending this turret at the moment, while Samuel is rushing back here. I'm just clearing out the lane here, as I do not want to get into a close range encounter with Kestrel. But I do punt 1 shell here, and here's where I kind of regret it. I should have punted 2 shells there, and that would have very likely secured the kill on the Kestrel. Unfortunately, she does manage to escape. But oh well, you can't always get your way. Samuel here, back once again. I deter him from coming up closer to the minion wave with my Porcupine Mortars. But punt, and oh my gosh, that damage! Once again, cutting that Samuel to almost a quarter of his health. I guess that Samuel should have built some heavy shielding, because my mortars are starting to do a lot of damage right now. The enemy Flicker's rushing up here. Ashley goes in to scout. Unfortunately, the enemy Flicker slows her with Fairy Dust, and she is forced to back out. I start bombarding and laying siege to that turret with my mortars. Kestrel comes up, and she activates her ultimate. Oh no, Ashley barely survives by the skin of her teeth. Kestrel nearly taking her out, but Ashley burns the fountain, and oh my gosh, the damage from both Samuel and Flicker. I'm kind of forced to back off here. Ashley is forced back to base, and I'm left temporarily alone to fend off the enemy team. I narrowly managed to walk out of Samuel's Oblivion ultimate, and that's a good thing too, as if I was asleep, there's no knowing what he might try to do. I punt some mortars forward to prevent him from advancing with his drifting dark, scaring him out of that field so he won't keep landing in power, malice, and verdict shots. And I go down to the jungle. I pick up a clockwork to help with cooldown, as Crystal Power Baron is very energy intensive. And also because it increases my crystal power by 30%. But here we go, I commence bombardment. And oh my gosh, the damage. Unfortunately, my ion cannon doesn't find the mark on the Samuel, and he only gets grazed by it. But we are chunking the enemy team with our porcupine mortars. They're doing a 451 damage to that Samuel. And now Ashley activates the ult and we all rush in. Unfortunately, Ashley gets taken out, but unfortunately for the enemy team, Kestrel gets taken out by my mortars, and Graz jumps in to secure the weakened flicker. I, however, back off from the Samuel as I'm starting to get low on energy, and I return back to base. For those of you who've been paying attention to the minimap, you would notice that Graz has been invading quite a bit and securing a lot of farm from the enemy team. With an afterburn, he dodges that Samuel's Oblivion ultimate again. The enemy Kestrel going in, trying to hopefully secure a kill on our glaive. But with another afterburn, he dodges one glimmer shot and returns back to the relative safety of our side of the jungle. Looks like the enemy team may try to make a push on our turret. I deterred the Samuel from advancing with the mortars, zoning him out and forcing him to back off. Goes in with the drifting dark. I start punting, 464 damage. There. Still just farming. Oh my gosh, I'm missing so much CS here. Ah! Oh, I'm so mad at myself there. Ashley going with the slow, but bang, bang, two hits from two mortars automatically cuts down the health of both Kestrel and Samuel down to 1.25. Our team starts advancing in. Glaive afterburns in, knocks the flicker to us. I pause a bit to land the ion cannon, but boom, was it worth it. Nuking the Samuel to death, and with a mortar, we managed to finish off a weakened flicker. Unfortunately, Ashley walked into Kestrel's phosphorus mist from her active camo and gets taken out by several glimmer shots. But we have secured a double kill for our team, which means the Kestrel is forced to fall back, allowing Glaive to keep invading and damaging the enemy team's economy. I return to base, getting a piercing shard. We want that broken myth now, as they start to build shield, and also not only for the shield pierce, but also for the crystal amplification with each stack. I return to the lane to start farming. I do get hit by Samuel's Oblivion ultimate, but he doesn't act upon it, so I count that as a wasted ult. However, I do back off as I do not know where the enemy team is. I do get spotted, and I spot the enemy flicker, but he immediately backs off. They activate their Mooncloak ultimate. Flicker goes in on me with the fairy dust, and I forced to burn my jump jets to walk out. But now, when I'm in range, I start commencing bombardment. Flicker takes the full force of my ion cannon, but it doesn't do that much damage to him. We have now separated the enemy team. Kind of failed afterburn there from Graz, but will he be able to deal with it? Yep, he manages to secure a kill on the Kestrel. Good for him. Unfortunately, he isn't able to secure that heal camp, as Samuel stole it with his drifting dark. Oh, I feel kind of like a dick here because I took the other heal camp, even though he really needed it. But to be honest, I kind of needed it too. Well, sorry in advance, Graz assistant. Sorry for being a dick and taking that farm. But now we are returning back to lane. We have a heavy prism now. We are very close to that broken myth. And look at that wave clear, just annihilating those minions. That's actually pretty good too from their side of the clear. I get hit once again with the Oblivion ultimate. My reflex block coming up just a little bit late. But once again, they don't act upon it, so it's okay. But 534 damage, oh my gosh. And now on the Kestrel, 397 damage. Ashley, however, is really low, but we are slowly managing to chunk down the enemy opposition as well. Grass goes in with an afterburn on the Samuel, but he punts him away. Careful there. I fire one. Yes, that looks good. Unfortunately, he reflex blocks. And the enemy team kills off Ashley. Oh no, Grass, don't die. He managed to secure the kill on the Kestrel, and bang! I nuke the Samuel from orbit. The flicker there did try to go in on our glaive. Oh, careful there at that scout trap, Grass. Oh, luckily he didn't step on it. That would have been a really embarrassing loss on our side. Luckily, of course, I managed to deter that flicker, but it looks like he's going in on that glaive right now. He goes in with the moon dust, but glaive stuns him, and I nuke him with a porcupine mortar, and that secures us the ace. Kraken is up, so I wait to regenerate a bit of health, and I start punting mortars and bombarding the Kraken. Look at that damage on the Kraken. Just look at how much progress we're making on it. I launch the ion cannon to quickly as possible secure the kill. Graz does get hit. Kestrel tries to go in with to secure the kill, but it does fails. Unfortunately, I get taken out by Kestrel's critical strike damage with her glimmer shots, but luckily Ashley secures the kill. The Samuel now. Graz goes in with another afterburn, but he kind of fails. Graz getting slowed by the enemy flicker. He is really low on health, so Ashley uses her Mooncloak ultimate, and luckily our team successfully disengages. Graz gonna heal up a bit with this Treant. I'm still not backed up though. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have faced the Kestrel head on. That was a really stupid decision. I did manage to do some serious damage to her. And luckily, of course, she got taken out. The Kestrel, to be honest, is probably the biggest threat on their team. Just the insane amount of damage they're able to do. But it looks like the enemy team's using their Mooncloak ultimate, probably to scout out our team. Are they gonna fight? Looks like they will. The enemy flicker catches us. Notice how I'm aiming my mortars behind the flicker to deter the Kestrel. Unfortunately, Ashley does get taken out, and I'm forced to duel the Kestrel, and boom! Nuke it from orbit. Let's watch that again. As you can see, Kestrel finishes off Ashley with a glimmer shot. I launch the ion cannon, fire one mortar there, fire another there to prevent her from advancing, and boom! 837 damage, obliterating Kestrel and taking her out of the game. Glaive now in pursuit of the very weakened enemy flicker. I'm now trying to come in and help him. Glaive managed to reset and prevent the flicker from teleporting, and with two mortars, I nuke him to death. The Samuel here kind of just walks back to base. Like, nope. Screw you guys, I'm going home. I kind of just show off my awesome nuking powers there by nuking two minions and manages to take that from him. I kind of do a smiley face emoji there to him. He was probably really mad that I took his farm, but I needed the help. Now I'm just here waiting for farm, really. Not really waiting to battle, because I'm not with my team right now, and I'd rather not face Samuel or Kestrel or any of them really alone. Kestrel, they're retaking back our minion mine from them and bring it back to their control. Samuel going back. He appears to have purchased an alternating current and now a broken myth. Kind of weird, but okay. We now reconverge back. I now pick up a Frostburn. which means even more crystal power damage, and also a slow, which strengthens with the amount of crystal power I have, which is quite considerable. The enemy team is scouting out, hoping to catch us off guard. They advance in, and we start to dive in on them. I launch the ion cannon, I use my Aegis, but oh no! Kestrel takes me out of the fight. Oh my gosh, oh no! And now Glaive is gonna get taken. Glaive gets stunned. No, Glaive! Okay, Ashley, run! 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 Oh no, the snipe, please don't snipe, please don't snipe. No! Oh, and unfortunately Ashley gets taken out there by Kestrel. I got way caught out of position in that part. And now the enemy team just made a huge comeback, and they're now taking Kraken. None of us are going to be up in time to secure it, unfortunately. Yep. And they managed to take the Kraken. Very unfortunate. That was a very unfortunate fight there. I should have stayed a bit more back. And Kestrel managed to flank me and take me out before I could do anything. Our turret goes down. I now start to get an infusion for the upcoming fight. The enemy team quickly makes short work of 2 of our turrets. I now commence a preliminary bombardment with my mortars to keep them on their toes. Our team prepares for an inevitable fight as the Kraken menacingly advances on our base. Samuel drops his oblivion. Only Glaive gets caught, but I catch Kestrel with 2 mortars. Glaive rockets in with his afterburn, finishes him off, and oh my gosh, look at that damage! Let's watch that again, oh my god. Samuel drops his oblivion, Glaive is caught, Kestrel tries to flank, I fire 2 mortars, 1 hits her, another hits her, Glaive rockets in, and wipes out what little sliver of health Kestrel has. The ion cannon strikes, dealing heavy damage to Samuel, and another mortar hits him, and a cleave damage from Glaive finishes him off, leaving the Flicker running for his life. Glaive rockets in with his afterburn. Unfortunately, the enemy Flicker activates his Mooncloak ultimate and just barely manages to slip away. We both disengage and set to work dismantling the Kraken. That was a pretty good engagement, to be honest, for me, and a very ideal setup. Both times the Kestrel was caught in choke points, and the Samuel and the Flicker got clustered together and didn't back out in time, allowing me to severely decimate them. But now we've managed to dismantle the Kraken, and everything's good. The Flicker there just chilling really in our jungle, trying to lay some scout traps and maybe detonate some vision. Ashley has returned. Oh, actually, no, Ashley didn't die. Oh, actually, she did. I forgot. She kind of did. And for a moment, there's a short lull in the combat. Ashley checking for any scout traps. I'm just basically nuking these minions for gold. Yep. Just nuking them for gold. Oh, it looks like we do have a fight here. Brad just gets caught out. Oh no! I lay several mortars behind the enemy Flicker. He uses sprint boots to avoid that ion cannon from me. And I activate my jump jets to jump out of the way. Kestrel trying to go in. Unfortunately, she walks into one of my mortars, and I do have quite a bit of broken myth stacks up, and she gets nuked to death once again. That was a very unfortunate engagement there. Luckily, we ended it in kind of a stalemate, as we both traded eye for eye. They took out Glaive, and we managed to obliterate the Kestrel, preventing them from really pushing any objectives. Detonate that scout trap. Ashley at this point goes in with his Mooncloak ultimate. We trying to look for the Flicker. In hindsight, we probably should have went for that Samuel, as he was probably an easier target. And unfortunately, the Mooncloak's duration has ended, and we are forced to back out. Glaive is, however, back. And I refreshed my infusion. I am pretty much full build, really, at this point. Aside from maybe Halcyon Chargers, there's nothing really much I need to get. And look at that wave clear on those minions. It just bombard the heck out of all of them. Will we be getting into another team fight in this jungle? Now, pretty much during this entire fight, the enemy Kestrel and me as the Crystal Power Baron have both been the biggest threats in fights so far. The glaive as our Graz is also doing quite a good job as weapon jungle power glaive. I mean weapon power glaive. What am I saying? But he doesn't have a whole lot of defense aside from armor from the Kestrel. And he doesn't really have a reflex block, which leaves him vulnerable to getting caught out. The enemy team here also prepping up for combat. Kestrel kind of waiting maybe for a snipe. Not sure what Jules doing standing there. And both of our team kind of just sticks together because we don't want to get caught out, as at this late stage in the game, anyone who gets caught out here will be liable to give the other team a huge advantage. Ashley here purchasing the Crucible, and both of us go back to base to pick up any last minute items and things. I pick up my Halcyon Chargers. Samuel manages to purchase a Shatter Glass. The Samuel's doing some good damage. The only problem is his choice of building health rather than shield means I can deal full damage to him and it quite easily bring him down. And that's going to cost his team very dearly, as you'll soon see. Ashley here, not just checking on them, and I'm just farming from afar. We do have vision in our bush. Samuel goes in with the Oblivion, and Graz gets caught in it, but they don't follow up on it, so that's another wasted ult from Samuel. That Samuel tended to waste a lot of his Oblivions. The enemy team goes in with the Moon Cloak. They trigger one of our mines, trigger another. I try to punt, but somehow they manage to slip through our security screen. Graz, however, look out, Graz, don't do it. No, no. Oh no, he gets caught out and bursted down by all of them. But I commence an artillery bombardment and oh my gosh, boom. Completely annihilated that Samuel before he could even move. We are now going to try and ambush this Kestrel. I fire one mortar, another one, and 523 damage, securing a kill. The enemy Flicker is now forced to run. I activate my jump jets to maintain pressure, activate the ion cannon. Ashley tries to slow him with the fairy dust. And I fire two more mortars to block his escape. One of them lands true, and it secures an ace. Very unfortunate there for Graz, walking into the bush without vision and getting caught out. But luckily I managed to carry the team and we secured the ace, both on Kestrel and Samuel. Yep, our empowered minions will destroy it and the Kraken is unleashed. And with another mortar strike, we managed to secure that minion mine. And they've lost another turret, which means they only have one left. Ashley takes that from me. It's okay. I'm not aware of those two scout traps, though. Both of us are infused. Glaive is also infused. We now prepare for a final confrontation. Samuel goes in with his Oblivion. He hits me again, but he doesn't fall off on it again. Glaive tries to go in, but he's taking a lot of damage and he's forced to burn out. I activate the ion cannon and BAM! Instantly obliterates that Samuel. But both of us are low health. Let's watch that again, actually, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see here, Glaive taking so much burst damage, forced to run. I activate the ion cannon, fired one mortar, two mortars, and BAM! 1075 damage. Automatically obliterates Sam. With the enemy vein now exposed, we now push in to secure the win. Unfortunately, Glaive gets taken out. Kestrel tries to re-engage on me, but with two mortars in her path, she is obliterated. And the vein goes down, and we manage to secure the kill on the enemy Flicker. And that is victory for us, ladies and gentlemen. This is probably my best CP Baron game of all time with 14 kills. I mean, Graz and Ashley really helped a lot in helping me secure those kills though, so shout out to both of them for doing a great job in carrying and allowing me to carry them. So there you have it guys, Nuclear Baron, nuking enemies from orbit and devastating them from afar. Lack of adequate shielding, as well as inability to reach me, allowed me to absolutely devastate the opposition. Anyways, if you like what you see, like and subscribe. And be sure to nuke that subscribe button from orbit. I'm EdAWACSdenyY, and I'll see you guys next time.